3, 2, 1.
What's good? This is episode 25 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name.
Kevin Wendell.
Your boy Malik.
Slinky Link.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
If you say that again, I won't look at you the whole episode.
We're not doing that. Go ahead, technician.
Oh, yep, Geek 40 from the YouTube verse. That's where I'm at now.
So, how were your weeks, gentlemen? Ooh,
Damn.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Ladies, would you like to go?
I was gonna say like Lady Killers, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I like that. It was a good movie.
My
week was. Oh, I'm sorry. It was better than last. It's better than last. I'm not on the night shift. It's my regular no sleep shift, but at least I'm not on the night shift. I get to see the babies. That was nice. That was very nice. Hugs and kisses, and then you're like, damn it, go to sleep. But yeah, much better.
What's up?
My week was more of the same. It's been very, very relaxing. I decided this week on Wednesday that I was done. So I appreciate all the time off, and I appreciate that I'm well rested. This holiday season's probably been my best one yet.
Ho, ho, ho.
I hate everything I'm hearing right now. I'm going to just say I haven't slapped a manager yet, so I guess the week is going good.
That's good.
Are we all, Stutter knows that I love violence. So how close are you to slapping?
Slapping the manager might actually make it a good week.
It might make it a great week.
A great week, yeah.
Yes.
Just don't do it on the clock.
Then, we all know my managers leave early, so I'm usually still on the clock by the time they leave.
Just go to break.
Well, are they the type to square up back? Because I don't want you going to jail. Like I don't got bail money. Like I'll try.
Probably my female manager.
I don't know, man. See,
you can't be slapping no female. We can't.
We can't subscribe to that one.
We can't co-sign that one.
The only one that's gonna square is the woman's like, well, you just fucked.
Well, I'm not gonna box her, but might get one of the coworkers.
You could throw a box at her.
Right.
Ooh,
there's plenty of boxes.
That's embarrassing.
I always think outside the box.
Ooh. I tried to rim job it.
Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna.
Never box yourself in.
Rim shot.
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna have nothing. Let's get to the nitty gritty because Wendell's going off the rails.
No, let's not get to the nitty gritty. Let's not get to it.
All right. So, as ourselves as creative beings that we all have our own way of doing things. We all have our creative processes when it's personal life, creative wise, even the ways we do work. So we're gonna go through the four of us and maybe talk about some of the creative ways we deal with life, whether it be personal, creative wise, like our hobbies, and etc. Who wants to start off with what they like to do that's maybe different from what people might expect out of the norm? Kevin.
I don't know. I think with creativity, life is, I guess it comes to the same thing. Well, I find a lot more creativity. I find I'm more creative with things when I'm around creative people. Like work out. Maybe they're creative. Some of the guys are with some of the work they do outside of work. But like, I don't feel inspired with the mundane same things. I like people that try different ways of things and stuff like that. So I think that's what I surround myself with, so I remain creative or remain challenged to want to be creative. Because I've noticed lately I've been in the rat race and just kind of running along, and I'm like, I haven't written in a while. That's hard. That's really hard to not write, but it's been easy, and that's the scary part for me. Like, I don't know if you've ever gone through that. Have you gone through that where you just didn't write and just you look up and like, damn, it's been a while.
Me or
Yeah, you.
Molito?
You
Well, I
not a
don't know if
rapper?
Molito's a writer. You write all the time?
Yeah, Molito's a rapper. He just doesn't tell anybody.
No,
I heard
I
him
I'm
didn't
spit
not a
say
some
rapper.
bars.
rapping.
I'm not a
I was
rapper.
just writing.
I'm just a husband and a father.
He raps. Don't
Now
let him.
you do carpentry and stuff though. That's still creative.
That I do home projects. I'm a DIYer, and that's because I'm cheap. That's not because I'm
But you don't
gifted.
think that's creative?
I think
Yeah,
it's
I mean
What's
creative.
some of the things you've
it's a
made?
process, huh?
Like some of the things
Well,
you've made.
the one thing that I've made that I had the most fun making was my daughter. That was hella fun.
All right.
That's not
Okay, sir.
carpentry. That's not carpentry. Oh damn it!
I guess that's a
I
form of.
left you. I left you a
That's
good one right there. I threw you a softball.
that's
Did
a
you
form
see
of,
it? I
of
was
the
pipe
wood
laying
laying.
was
that
used.
wood.
Right.
Wood was used.
That was a form
Wood-
of pipe laying.
No, that's Mario Brothers, man. That's plumbing.
See, I've made I've done some let's see, let's get serious here. I've done some electrical work in the house. I've done some drywall. I've made some cabinets. I've made some benches and tables and stuff like that. Some artwork. I've done. I
Does
know.
it,
I dabble
do you
Artwork.
get?
See,
Do you,
what do you mean?
artwork.
Hmm.
Nothing like just like and it's engraved and I just made a frame and then it's like engraved around something. Nothing.
He says that like casually. He says
do
that
you
so
feel?
casually.
Well, I
Do you
mean the
Like
feel
that's
like
machine
not
does
a
most of the
easy.
sense of
work.
peace when
The
you do
machine
it?
does.
Like kind of like
I have
relaxing.
well, it's kind of like the same reason why I love putting IKEA furniture together. When I can singly focus my mind, it's peaceful to me. So when I do stuff like that, I'm single focused and I'm not worried about the other stresses of my life. I'm singly focused. But then at the same time, if I'm doing something like that and I'm like having a issue or a complication, then it really frustrates me. And I have to walk away and then like come back to it. But then I'm also like such a perfectionist. I think that's the way I say it. That I have
Mhm.
to have it exactly how I want it, or I'll say fuck it and just scrap it and just start over.
You take that same approach with laying pipe.
No, I just get mine.
Oh shit. Okay. It was too easy. I had to
Keith.
ask it. I had to ask it. I had to ask it. All right, Keith. What about you?
Um, I mean, in my personal life, I haven't really done too many creative things. Um, no,
Keith, I've
that's a
seen some
lie.
of the food you make. Cool. Like the food you be making. Shut your ass up.
I haven't really been cooking like that. Uh, D&D. I've been running some games, so I do actually have to like think of scenarios and story beats and stuff
Oh,
like that.
like you're
I
like the
don't
game
particularly.
master where you
Yeah.
set the scene and all that. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh, oh, I thought he was talking about like being out there in the field like Bill Bellamy.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I heard running game.
He
I
was
was
out
like,
there running
oh shit.
game. I was like, oh, out there getting it.
I thought the
uh,
girl's name was Shinkersha.
I don't write a whole lot. I probably should. That's how most dungeon masters work. I kind of just write vague ideas and then kind of shoot for the moon
Freestyle.
from game night.
So you're like a
Seems to be
bullet.
working so far.
You like bullets and stuff to go off of.
Yeah. But other than that, there hasn't. I haven't really had much time or, unfortunately, desire to really dive into something like super creative like I used to. Like I used to just open up Photoshop and just take random stock photos and just create something out of it, out of them.
Niggas, you could be getting paid.
Podcast memorabilia. I'm just saying. The Heavyweight Podcast.
NFTs, huh? Hey.
But,
So
good.
I got a question for you.
Hold on, I will say this
because I feel like I'm in the same boat. What's up?
You said when you said cooking, I instantly thought the last thing I can remember enjoying cooking is when I smoked oxtails. Now Stutter knows how much I love oxtails. I
How
smoked these
was
fucking
that?
oxtails for like 7 hours. I had like some bouillon mix, like sauce
Yeah,
going
that's
on,
creative
and
as
like
fuck.
some honey. I said, man,
Was it good?
shit was fire.
That's creative, man. Like that. See,
I let the wife eat one,
I like how he looked
and it
over
was
his shoulder real
Right.
quick.
yeah. Don't smoke oxtails, but oh my god,
So
still smell.
I think what I was thinking with, because I'm in a lull with writing. I haven't written anything in a while. I don't even create nothing while I'm cooking right now. I just make bullshit. That's why ain't nothing recorded.
So I guess I'll answer your question.
Okay. Yeah, I think you know where I'm going.
I have many a time completely abandoned writing for months. But the thing about having a love for it is no matter how far I get away from it, when it comes back when it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I can
it's
agree
something
with
where
I can
yeah,
believe
you
it.
might take those times out where you're like, man, I haven't written in a while, and it'll bug you out because you're like, damn, I used to do this shit every day. But at the end of the day, you know, because it's your passion, that eventually it'll come to you when it's time, and it comes to you effortlessly. So,
That's
no long,
what scares me is what I don't know if it does for me right now. It like hurts right now. It really hurts. Like I'm like it hurts. It's bothering me, and I just haven't.
I just
sometimes you got to think about what you uh, get you in those, what used to get you in those moods. Like what were your like your things you used to do when you were writing, like the random
Honestly,
shit.
just being out there was so fun because you get to like, yeah, oh yeah, that's right, yeah, okay, this is what people are looking at. This was that. I got to figure out how to go back to the beginning because I wasn't out there. And what the hell made me start writing in the first place? I guess I find that. I'm sorry, Mo. What was you saying?
I was just saying that you say so many funny things just in regular conversation that I think Sen and I mentioned before that you don't take advantage of because
I
like
used to use that material.
even the whole the conversation the other day I think on the conference call when you're talking about how you don't you wear the work belt because you're not fucking up your arm with the toolbox
Oh yeah,
like
my fanny pack. Oh, that shit's real
yeah
life. That's real
like
life.
but I'm saying like that's material because what's funny is then
Same thing.
because a couple days later my wife bought a fanny pack for the same reasons you said you didn't want to carry a toolbox. She said this purse is too much in this to carry. But I said wow. Now, and I thought about what you said. I said, see, this is he has something there. If he would just tune it, it's gold.
Same
It's
thing with
relatable.
the Palm Springs story. That's material.
The pretentious, yeah.
I say that shit to this week.
Yeah.
Anything
It's just
something to I was like I pay for pretentious. I don't know why I say it, but I say it because you said it.
somebody's like, what the hell did he say?
I think a lot of things you say, man, are gold. And I'm like, yeah. I told the wife, I'm gonna start.
You
I said,
got the material there.
I'm gonna say if he don't want them, I'm gonna just
Well,
start selling shirts.
oh, I'm down for like giving slogans for shirts because there's so much shit I want to see on a shirt.
I'm gonna just start. No, I said stealing because I'm not paying royalties.
No, I don't want any money, man. This is I like
If
seeing shit.
if
It's
I see
art.
dick on a windpipe, I'm getting paid royalties.
Prove it, sir.
Okay.
You have to prove that you own it first.
I'm gonna get mine.
It's gonna be a mac and cheese though.
Why we gotta bring up mac and cheese? Why we gotta bring up mac and cheese? God damn it!
He's like, I got
quit.
your royalties.
I quit.
Oh wait, something happened? Oh shit. Hey, I told you your pan's coming.
Yeah, right.
I just gotta make it.
I think part of the issue is that when you get so bogged down with regular life and you don't have time to think about the passion, it kind of hinders you. Because, like you said, like the whole you forgetting, the process you did before they got you wanting to write. Maybe that's just because you're trying to refine yourself, because we're constantly growing. So now it may be something different this time around that triggers the writing than the, you know what I mean? Because now you're at a different stage in life. So
yeah, maybe you've evolved your type of comedy.
Well, the way I used to write, I used to look like a psychopath, man. Like I would write, and if you look at my paper, you're like, that's a joke, and you're like, yeah, I started here, and then I scratched half of it out, and then I start writing here, and then I wrote some arrows around. I'm like, no, this should go over here, and then you write some shit over here, and you're like, no, this shit should go over here, and you're like, what is that? How can you read this? And you're like, it has to go. Like a psychopath.
Yeah, where he wrote bits and pieces throughout the paper in every direction, and he was the only one that got it. Everything's different for everyone.
It's genius.
I haven't done that in so long.
You're coding. You're coding your jokes without knowing. Because now, if you have a joke that's gold, no one else can take it. Well, once you say it, they can take it, but they can't take it off.
Yeah, but sorry, I was thinking because it's for the people like we've all gone through this, right? What did you do? Did something just happen? Like you were saying, it just come to you, or did you like push it some sort of way, or did you look for what drove that back to get you back to whatever your creativity was?
Me or him?
All of us. All of us.
For me, it was just honestly people like Mo who would happen to come across my old music, or I let them know I rapped. Yeah. And when they would listen to shit and they would say that one line you said on there was dope, and then I'll go back and listen. I was like, yeah, I don't usually do this, but I'll brush my shirt off, and I'm like, yeah, I was good. So then it'll make me want to pick it up, and then I'll listen to something on the radio that may inspire me, because that's rare. But when I hear like a Jack Harlow or like Run the Jewels or something like that that's on the radio, it'll make me want to be like, let me rap again. But it's usually like either people saying something that I did that made me be like, well, maybe I shouldn't just like whatever it now. Or when I hear something and I'm like, see, that's why I got into rap. Like to me, Killer Mike is a dope lyricist. So like when I hear him spit and it's on the radio, it gives me hope that maybe it's not all lost. Like when I was telling Maurice about what the fuck? Conway the Machine. There we go. Fuck, I was about to say.
Oh, Conway?
It inspired me because I looked at his age and the nigga's 39 and I said, holy shit.
And he just got on.
Yeah.
I told you, keep pushing.
He just got on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he got
so
bars.
It inspires me because he got bars, and it makes me be like, when I hear him, I'm like, all right, that gives me hope. Like, it gives me hope to believe that maybe all the what I fell in love with music for isn't lost. Because I think that's the biggest thing for me is like when I hear the new generation and things, it makes you lose the love that makes you want to write or makes you want to create. So then you start saying, what's the point? Because you're not creating in the same atmosphere that was when you started it. Like the same, like now when you got into comedy, there wasn't a bunch of Me Too movement or how dare you insult that group of people or that group of people. It was just raw, honest comedy that came from the heart. And now you have to deal with this weird cancel culture that's now kind of diluted things for people. Like I think was, and to me, comedy is the most rawest form of honesty you can have because it's bluntly told from that comedian's, point of view.
To kind of answer the question, I think for me, nine out of 10 of my creativities or creative outlets come from I'm not paying for that. I'll figure it out.
That's
I'm
fair.
not paying.
That's fair.
I'm not paying for that. And it's weird. I can remember being like a teenager, like being forced to do yard work and like hating it. Now when I cut my grass, it's peaceful. I got music in the ears, and I'm trying to get my line straight. And I'm going through and I'm pulling weeds, and it's work, but it's peaceful for me because then I sit back and I look at my grass and I'm like, I did that shit.
It's a piece of art. It's a
I
piece
did
of
that.
art.
I did that shit.
It actually
And
is.
it's the same thing with the same way with anything, with the woodworking or with the cooking. Like even for like Thanksgiving, like yeah, I complained all day, but that shit was fire. I said, yeah, I can do this shit. But it
So are
was
you
fire.
more of a results guy, or are you in the process type, or does it depend on what it is?
It depends on what it is. Like with the gardening and stuff, that's the process. That's process and results.
Yeah.
With the woodworking, it's all process because I'm still learning and I'm so new at it. I'm still learning. So every time I try to make things different every time I make it. I try new joints, new binders. Everything's different. I tried a new way. Let me try it. That's with that. And then just with the regular DIY stuff, I just want to be able to know that I can do it. You know, so
Yeah.
that to me that's results. So cause like when I did the drywall, I'd never hung drywall my life. You know, and when I got it down, I got and I put the plaster up and added texture and painted. I said, man, I changed my last name. You know, I got a little cocky. You know what I mean? So it's but like I said, it's different things like different. It's like different things draw me to do different things, but ultimately is I'm trying to save $1. I'm trying to save the dollar, and then I'll do it. The only
Yeah.
like I guess cooking would probably be the only thing where it's not like I do that for survival or just to show the wife that I still got it. But other than that, it's to save $1. Well, shit. Even now, think about it. Cooking is to save $1 too, because eating out is expensive as shit.
Cooking, yeah, it's safe, but to me, it's the result on cooking. It's more the result for me. The process, I hate the process. I cook a lot, but I'm like, I don't want to cut these onions. I don't want to cut this garlic, but I want to see how this tastes together. I want to see how all this blends together and just watch the faces like, oh, okay, you know what you're doing. Like, okay. Like that for me is a result. But that's just me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
I like to play a game called How Much Paprika is Too Much Paprika.
Well, what is it?
I haven't found it yet. I'll let you know. All right, so why do you have to make everything spicy and have a little? I said, if you want that bland shit, go across the street.
Is paprika spicy?
No, but I put other shit in there. I tell her it's paprika. That's the thing. I tell her, oh, it's just paprika. It'd be different shit.
Keith, what's your
She watches, right?
I don't care.
Oh, yeah,
Right. Next week he's gonna get snooped.
that's why he locked the door.
Right. No, you gonna see her just fall from the ceiling and just slow chokehold. Like,
Some Mission Impossible shit.
There's just a sign that says
you said
paprika next
for
week.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never really had a process. Well, I guess I did since it worked for the most part. When I would get into a block of some kind, I would tend to transition to something else creative. So we'll use
Okay.
when I used to illustrate. When I would get into a block, that's when I would switch over and start messing around with stock photos in Photoshop. And so I would do that for a little while. And then somewhere along the lines, I'd be like, okay, this was fun, but let me get back to what I was doing before. And then I would start from there. Same thing with cooking. I will go a while without really. I will go from cooking because I like to cook, cooking because I want to try something new, cooking to challenge myself to just cooking because I'm hungry and I need to eat before I go to bed or whatever. I'm currently in that state right now, but I know at some point I'm either gonna see a dish that I know I can do better, or it's a dish uh, I want to try, or just magically I have a taste for something I never cooked before, and then I will look it up and then try my hand at it.
So
But
it's
usually I don't. Typically, I can't go from a block and doing nothing else and then going back to something. Um, Case in point, art. Obviously, haven't really gone back to that, but typically when I'm in that space, I usually transition to something else, so it'll help me spark uh, back to the original thing.
Did you know that Keith actually made the original Stutter Boy logo?
I did not. But
He
I
did
understand.
a
I know.
long time ago.
I understand what
A
you're
very
saying.
long
right,
time ago.
man. That man was
My wife.
artiste.
Yeah, my wife
Well,
calls
still
it.
is an artist.
My wife calls
Yeah.
it distraction. Like sometimes you need a distraction from what your focus is on to have that aha moment, and it's true because I've uh, Southern knows this. I say random shit all the time because I'll be at work or doing something random, and then like, oh yeah, that's how it's gonna have to go, and then just literally 2 3 days later, with me doing something completely unrelated from whether it was the woodworking or whatever, I figured out my issue. So now when I go back
Yeah.
to it, I have a solution for it. Um, so like that too, and then I also agree with you on the cooking because sometimes I just want to prove to myself that I can make certain shit.
It's pretty dope. I
I'm
think
gonna
yeah. I
I'm going to
just
smoke that alligator.
hey, let me know. I'm down.
I want a
I
whole
had a
hog alligator.
fortune that told me I was going to die from eating too many, trying exotic foods. I was like, that's a fucked up fortune. Why would you give me
Wow.
that?
Do you not write this?
Yeah, see, there you go. There you go.
I think you should go through all the podcasts and write the funny shit, and you have your material.
You're welcome. You're welcome to use my dark passenger stuff as well.
I missed the game, but like I haven't been out there to see what the game is. Like you were saying with the Me Too and all that stuff. For me, it's like fuck it, man. I'm a Pearson. I'm like I'm not a shitty person. I know I'm not gonna go up there and just shit on you to shit on you for fun. Like that's why I don't trip on that. Like, cool, you want to cancel me? There's nothing to cancel. Good luck. Have fun. Did you laugh? Then shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, like, it's some people are just shitty and they say shitty things. But if you're not shitty and you're saying things that are seem a little off color, but you can tell, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's why Chappelle's fine. Like it's like somebody's gonna be mad. They'll be mad. But
So,
when you go look at it from the core of it, you're like, he's not being a shitty person. You could tell he's not being a shitty person.
so
That came from a place of love. Sorry. What's up?
question. As my process as a rapper is to like I find inspiration to like people that inspire me, like Jay-Z, etc., Eminem. So when like Dave Chappelle releases these stand-ups, you don't get like a spark of I need to write or I want to write or I like it doesn't give you that like to be like maybe I should write.
Somewhat. But like sometimes it feels fucking ridiculously. I don't want to say no. It feels arrogant because I'm like I feel like I want to be there at that point, at that level.
Like
And
where
like, who
Dave's
the
at
fuck am
now.
I to say that? You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
feel that same way.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I watch like a concert with J. Cole or Jay Z or Lupe or whoever, and I'm like, I should be up there too. Like,
yeah.
but it's not. I don't think it's arrogance. I just think that you should have that confidence, belief that you at that level you would perform well. I think
But
that's
doesn't that feed the hunger though?
yeah, and that makes me want to do it more. But those are the things like I don't look at it as arrogance. I look at it as that's a sign that you have pride in your ability.
But the like the trenches, that's fun too. Like I think I don't love the hustle as much, but I gotta find a way to love the hustle because that shit is fun when you're in it and you figure out how to make that shit crack. That shit is fun.
Okay,
But to get through that shit, it is like
I'm gonna use your words
you
against
have to
you.
make yourself.
I'm gonna use your words against you. You know how you always say you got to feel the feels.
Yeah.
You got to trench with the trenches. You gotta you gotta push through it because you know this is part of the end result. I have to get through this to get to that level, that next result.
What
I
I
mean, and
will say,
it's not a lack of talent, so effort.
I'm mad self-conscious about it.
what I will
It's
say
effort.
is, I don't miss the trenches. I don't miss going to shows and networking and dealing with a bunch of people that are pretty much self-serving and trying to waste your time. The thing I miss about the trenches is the performing and the camaraderie of honest
That's what I
feedback.
miss.
Honest
Yes.
feedback from other artists or genuine people there that are there to see artistry. I hate
Yeah.
everything else. That's what I mean. Like I don't. That's the thing I hate from trenches.
Well, that's
All those people
yeah.
that waste your time. And you're like, dude, like you only have so much time in a day, and you're trying to get to the people that are gonna help or build or grow, and you have to deal with everything else in that. That's the shit I hate about the trenches. Like it when you
Yeah.
have these
The
people there
trenches.
that aren't for real.
Yeah.
They're there to smoke weed or drink and talk about yesteryear, and you're like, dude, I'm just trying to build forward. Like, I'm trying to go here, and you got these guys that are like, I don't know if you had that on the comedy scene where there's like artists or comedians from that were like popping maybe a few years ago that pop up at the shows, and they're sitting there
See,
mingling with
that's
the rest.
what I'm scared of being that nigga. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I've done it and then I've been gone for so long and then I gotta go back into this shit where it's like, oh no, you back at open mics. Like, yeah, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go through the process. Like that's the shit that I fear. Is
just
the
don't be the bitter nigga. That's it. That's all I ask. Don't be
oh,
the
I'd
dude that's
never be
sitting there.
bitter. I would never be bitter.
That's the one I fear are those people
I
that come in bitter.
I personally think that you guys should do open mics together because I think Stutter could be a hell of a comedian as well. I think if you
Yeah,
guys go together, then I'll be in the crowd laughing. So you got one
I
person.
wanna I wanna write for you, Kevin. I don't wanna necessarily perform. I wanna write
here we
material with
go.
you. I
The
don't think
thing
I'm a.
that
I think I'm too
you don't know that yet. You haven't done it.
sensitive
So much,
to
You
be
haven't done it.
so
Oh, you
so
saying
so much,
the
so much.
performing
recourse?
aspect. Yeah.
But
Recourse.
some of your jokes that are well, you don't call them jokes, but some of your funny moments require your facial expression and your expression and your reaction. You can't write those
Yeah.
down for them.
Look at Cat Williams. Go look back at Cat Williams. There's things that Cat Williams have done where you're like, not the funniest of joke. Like the tiger joke. If you go look at that joke's so funny because all of the movements he did. Like all of the, he's like, "Are you sure I'm a tiger?" And you're like, "Damn, that nigga just made me think he was a tiger." Like the way it's like it's brilliant the way he did that. Like I remember somebody was like, "I hate Cat Williams." I was like, let's watch this together." And it was like, "You see that little movement he did there? Now watch this." And like I used to watch comedy like that. I used to watch that shit like Kobe would watch basketball. I was like, "Now watch this." 3 jokes ahead, he picked his stool up and walked it over there. And then
Okay.
he used it in that third joke. And I'm like, "You didn't see that? Like look at this shit. Like that shit's
Do you
insane."
do you feel the same token when it comes to Dave Chappelle? Like, not necessarily that all of his
Yes.
jokes are funny, but just in the way he
No.
does them
I've
or the
watched Dave
timing.
Chappelle live a couple times. And there was one time I watched him in Washington. And it was weird because everybody was just ha 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 ha. And I was kind of studying what he was doing. It was wild because he smoked, I think it was like 5, 6 cigarettes. And like I watched, he started with a black cigarette. And then in between, he smoked like 3, 4 white cigarettes. And then he pulled out the black cigarette, and I was like, he's about to be done when that fucking last cigarette's out. He finished that cigarette, set was done. That motherfucker timed his set with cigarettes. That's the wildest shit in the world.
That's
Like,
dope.
people don't see that shit where you're like, did you notice this? Like, he literally had a top cigarette that was black, the bottom cigarette that was black. You don't think that had anything to do with timing that? And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's insane. And like, those are the things I love about comedy. Like, and I don't watch comedy anymore. And that's bad on my part, but I don't know if it's saturated. I don't know if it's the same shit. I gotta go watch it to see.
This makes me happy. Seeing your reactions about Dave Chappelle makes me happy because I see the love in your Facebook friends. Like I can see
I love comedy
that you have
with
a love for comedy.
All my heart, man.
That means you need to be back on stage. That lets me know you need to be back on stage.
It's like, I watch shit sometimes and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? We just want to be famous, or you want to be good at this? Let's be good at this. You want to be popular? Fuck popular. I don't give a fuck about nobody. Let's go have fun and make this work. It's a community. Like, I've been in it, and like, it's one of those jobs where people kill themselves a lot. And to watch that, I know that sounds fucking morbid, but to watch the way the communities, they beef all the fucking time. But whenever something like that happens, they come together like nobody's business. Like, you couldn't break that shield. It's like, I don't like you, but we need to come together for this. It's oddly beautiful to watch.
I definitely think that it's saturated, but I also feel like
right now,
comedy is one of those fields where your talent's going to elevate you no matter what, and then people are going to fall off because you have a lot of people, like, because now you have, like, I guess, comics that people expect, like your big name comic, and then you have like your social media comics, and then you have your local comic. It's like, I definitely think but you can always tell the people who have a knack for it because they tend to have a longer run. They make it. They start. They like Ryan Davis, for instance. Like, I remember watching his videos on Instagram, Facebook, him just reacting. He's done shows where he's done shows with Dave Chappelle. He's done shows with Chris Tucker. He's done show with Mark Lawrence. Like, he's actually elevated to the point now where he goes. I think he said a couple weeks ago. He's a dude. I'm at the level now. I'm not doing any more free videos.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to see my comedy, you're gonna pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen him and like one other person, I forget the guy's name, where they actually elevated through the ranks. But I've also, on the flip side of that, I've seen a lot of people have one or two funny videos, but then when it comes to sustaining that, fall off. So I feel like in comedy, it's definitely it's definitely oversaturated. But those who have it live, and the other ones in the fakes fall off.
I know, Kevin, you've never been a angered person, or you're always positive and you always have a strong belief and you always think the best in the situation. Like, what do you feel about like people like, say, like not Sean Wayans, but Marlon Wayans now? Like, I see he has stand-ups now, and I've even seen in interviews where he said he kind of went backwards. Like, he did the comedy and the movies with his brothers because he had the opportunities. Now he's trying to establish himself as a comedian. Do you watch those stand-ups? Because I feel like a lot of times when I see his stand-ups, I feel like I've seen you do funnier sets than him. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't watched him, but I respect it off of the way he said it. Because it's, like he said, it is backwards. Because a lot of people are using comedy to get into acting. So they don't give a fuck about comedy. Yeah. Now, he's going back. He might suck. That's fine. Like, everybody sucks when they start. When you come out hot, I love watching people come out hot. Because they think they're going to stay hot. And cool, you might stay hot. But guess what? You're going to have a low. And let me see how you deal with that. You're going to go on stage and nobody's going to laugh. How do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Like,
because I've seen a lot of people fake laugh at his shit, but I still see him push through.
Yeah.
Like,
it's because he's Marlon.
Yeah.
But he knows, like, he has a love for it. So that's why I respect what he's doing with that. Because Nick Cannon's different to me. I think Nick Cannon used it just to make some money.
I don't think he's
definitely.
I think he just used it to make some money. He's not out there in fucking terrible clubs. He's like in big ass theaters and shit, or not
That's
theaters, arenas. Like, okay,
the Black Ryan Seacrest. That's for damn.
Yeah, like, go for it.
They came down from the Caucasus Mountains to view Nick.
This made me think of a question my neighbor asked me, and I answered because he was like, "Would you want to be first once and never be first again, or would you want to just be second all the time?" And I was like, "I'll be second." And I was like, "Well," they were like, "Yeah, I chose first, whatever." And like, I didn't have a good answer to it, and now I'm like, think about it this way: so you get first once, never get it again, right? Never get it again. I take second. I may not taste that, but you're always going to be behind me after you get that once. You might get that first once, and that might just be a flash in the pan thing. I might be second to all the flash in the pans.
I know you use
But
them
there's
as a
something
good
to be said about consistency.
example that fits that
Chris Paul?
perfectly. It's Cat Williams and Kevin Hart.
Oh, I thought you meant Chris Paul.
No, I meant like as far as you remember when Cat Williams was hot, he was that dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But consistently, we might not think Kevin Hart's the funniest, but he is consistent.
He's consistent.
But Cat Williams, I remember for that run, he was that dude for that short
Yeah.
period of time, and then that's the
I
perfect
learned that
example
from
of that.
a comedy competition. I didn't win a single day. I didn't win a single day, but I was third every fucking night. The owner of the club was a douche, but he was like, "I'm gonna tell you something. There's something to be said about consistency. Think about that. Everybody that brought somebody in here, this was fan vote. They all voted for their friends. And then all of those people voted for you after that. So think about that for a second." And I was like,
Well,
okay, you're right. So there is something to be said about that where it's like, oh, well, motherfucker, I'm doing something, right? Shit.
so what I'll say on top of that is I expected one of these episodes soon that you're telling us and announcing to the viewers that you're doing a stand up and they can come see you.
I mean, we just
Well,
had an episode where
I gotta do,
he
I
just does
can't
20
do
minute
what I
material.
did before. What I did before was fucked up. And I don't like that I did that. I shouldn't have done that. I jumped on a show, but it was like after COVID and we all jumped on shows and we weren't ready. But I need to get back in the trenches. And I have to get past that roadblock of, oh, they're going to look at me like this. Oh, they're going to do like this. Oh, they're going to be like this. It's like, fuck it. Just go do the jokes. Get the fuck out of it. You don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to be friends. We're not friends. It doesn't matter. I'll go tell the jokes. We could chop it up a little bit, and then I got to go, and I got to get ready for the next time. Like, that was the fun part. It was tough doing that many shows a night, and it's not possible now with my job and my kids. But there's a way. There's a way. That's what I just have to find for me. So hopefully I get to it won't be the next episode, but I shouldn't say that.
That's
I
fine.
shouldn't say that, but
It's gonna happen soon. Um. So with
Well,
that
next
being
episode
said,
will be live, and you can do
December
about a good 10
17th.
minutes
Yeah, you can
nigga,
do some. You can practice some material in here.
on the live.
I'm not doing the recordings. I never liked it for some reason. I seen a lot of them and I'm like, I ain't doing that shit, man.
We're gonna
I
do
need that
skits.
live audience. I
I'm
need
gonna
that
write
live
skits
Well,
for
it's
audience.
gonna
you.
be the pod's gonna be live, so you'll get
Oh,
reaction
it's
in
different.
real time.
It's different, man. That reaction when you're like, Like
I
I
mean,
did a show, they did me dirty. They did me so dirty. One dude took me out there to buy me a drink, told the crowd not to laugh at shit. I came on stage, I thought I was fucking rocking. I was like acting jokes out hard as fuck. Silence. It was silent the whole time I was up there. I was like, damn, I'm killing it. These niggas just. And then at the end of the show, they were like, oh, we told everybody not to laugh. And then they gave me like a big old whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Whew. I'm glad that I was able to withstand that. But that was so fucked up. I was like, fuck y'all niggas.
that's experience. That is experience.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just miss it. And I was just I'm trying to pick your guys' brains because I know we're all creative people.
Like I said, I think you should be doing it. You can clearly tell you still have a love for it. So I expect to hear that you're doing the show soon. And if you for the live show, if you need a crowd, I mean, just go from the last live where you trigger me with every single police story you had. I was a
You,
reacting live crowd right in the moment.
you know
Nigga, I'm
what's
still
fucked up?
triggered. I'm getting a little angry
I
right
was
now as we
like,
think about it.
I was like, we should make a segment where it's like Kevin pisses Andy off with police stories.
I'm with it. I mean,
Now, I told you about the
it'll be a
time that
short.
this happened.
we might have to do it at the tail end because I'm ready to get the fuck off.
Oh
right
yeah,
at
it'll be the tail end. They'll be like, "How in the fuck are they still having stories?" They're like, "Hey man, it's a long 4-year run. We did a lot of dumb white shit."
Yeah. But with that being said,
Hold on,
this
Mr.
creative
Wendell.
process.
Are we? I don't know. Are we done?
This creative process, yeah.
We're done.
With this creative process. I hope this inspires listeners, viewers. If you have a creative process, comment below. Tell us what your creative process is when you're doing your thing, whatever that is.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing.
This is fapping. Don't tell us about fapping.
I mean, to each his own. But bottom line, I really appreciate you guys for rocking with us.
Yes, thank you.
Episode 25. I am Stutter McFly. With these
hold on, Mr. Wendell, you have a name for us this week?
Well, I guess I'll stick with the theme. Micheal Frapaport.
Oh,
I think that's a good one.
All right.
I'm just gonna shut everything down.
Ouch. Oh, you cut the screen off.
That's a good one,
All right.
You left the metaverse?
Nah.
I might let that one fly this week. I might. That was clever.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I'm Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and
I think I got it. Micheal Frapaport, aka Kevin Wendell.
Oh shit! All right.
I'm Molito.
I'm Geek 40.
That's good. Yeah, we appreciate everybody. Next week we are live. Link will be on the Facebook page, and we'll post it live Friday, December 17th, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Here on the West Coast, because the West Coast is the best coast. Don't argue with me.
I might tell this nigga to write all his material.
Yeah, please do. And shouts out to the Haitian sensation, aka If I Were Rookie.
One of our sponsors. He owes us Hot Pockets.
I was like, are we talking about Wyclef?
This nigga owes us Hot Pockets. We're all due Hot Pockets.
Yeah, but we're live, man. We appreciate everybody, all the love.
Hell yeah.
It's 25 episodes. We're a quarter in.
That's what she said.
Never mind, I'm not saying that. All right, we out.